From inside Tropicana Field here in Tampa Bay, we've got baseball on the show. It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. First pitch coming your way next. So just about set. And on the hill, the lefty, Shane McClanahan. How about a report on him, Chris?
Well, a pretty standard 4-pitch mix. He's got the fastball, change speeds, 2 breaking balls. You know, all can be really effective if they're coming out of the same arm slot and really staying in that tunnel for a good bit.
Here's George Springer.
Leading off the afternoon for Toronto, the right fielder, George Springer.
And a pitch. That one hit to right. Margot in pursuit. Grabs it on the run. And a quick out, number 1. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Singy.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Boog. These guys have been around the game for a long time, and they may not have the flash that they once did, but they've got the wisdom to be able to understand different situations, be able to think with the opponent and sometimes in front of the opponent. And you always seem to see a team like this. They come to the ballpark, they know how to get down to business, and they understand what the job is at hand.
Yo, 1. Swing and a high fly ball in the air left field. That's back there. That one is gone. Bo Bichette blasts one out, and they grab the lead. It's 1-0.
That was one of those home runs where you really don't know if he got enough of it off the bat. I mean, he put a good swing on it clearly, but I wouldn't say he really got the sweet spot on the bat. The exit velo wasn't anything too impressive, but it had all it needed for him to circle the pillows.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Bounced out to short. On to first, and Guerrero is set down.
I love how guys at this level are able to slow the game down, whether it's in the batter's box or on defense. And right there, that was a good job of knowing just how much time he had. We talk about that internal clock. He was able to gather himself, get a good grip, and make an accurate throw across the diamond.
Now at the plate, Alejandro Kirk. And he swings and misses at the initial offering. McClanahan, a former All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a changeup, a curve, and he works in a slider. The wind to kick the pitch. That to right. Margot settles under it. And it drops in. Makes the turn and heads for second. In there safely.
Hey. When you pop a ball up like that, you don't expect it to get you a knock too often, but right there, somehow he got it to drop in behind first base, and that's where no one could get to it.
And now it's Dalton Varsho. That one ripped. And it is gone. The Rockets one to right, and they tack on to their lead. It's 3-0.
That one was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
And here is Matt Chapman. Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their heads. Popped up. Loud under it. And puts the squeeze on that. And that will end the inning. But the long ball was working in this inning. Not once, but twice. It's now 3-0. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back here at Tropicana Field, getting the nod in this one, Alek Manoah. What do we need to know here?
Well, there are going to be a lot of balls in play because of the ground ball rate. Important that the defense stays engaged in the game. I think it's critical. Tempo is there. If you work quickly, it helps the fielders behind you to stay engaged, to make those plays, and help you get through the innings.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And stepping in for the Rays, Yandy Diaz. That one out to right. It gets down, a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
You know, I was watching his rounds during batting practice today. So impressed with his ability to let the ball travel, go back up the middle and the other way. Sometimes when you step in the box during the game, you get a little anxious and you get away from that. But so far, I've seen him stay consistent with his pregame preparation.
Here's Wander Franco. Swings through that one. 0-1.
Now, these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
This one high in the air to left center. Varsho moving under it. Squeezes it. One down.
Batting third.
All right, let's take a look at the Rays lineup. And with their ace on the mound today, they're just looking to provide him a little bit of run support, and they'll see what they can do for him.
Boog, you have to be really careful when you've got a guy like this on the mound for you to not become a spectator. You know that he doesn't give up a whole lot, but sometimes guys get a little too comfortable and don't have an urgency to score runs. You have to make sure you put him in a situation where he can get the W, but also you guys can cruise to the finish line and not have to worry about a comeback in the end. Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
And now it's Brandon Lau. Out towards left center. Hauls it in for the out. The throw in.
Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Harold Ramirez.
So first and second with 2 outs. Now up for Tampa Bay, Harold Ramirez. And a foul ball. And a pitch. Foul ball. Two outs. Couple of base runners at first and second. Out towards right center field. That's back there. And it hits the fence. One run's in. And he's got a double. The run scores all the way from first. And now they trail by 1.
Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws. And another big at bat coming up here. Looking for a way to get that tying run across with 2 outs.
Here's Manuel Margot. And that one is lifted in the air. Can't get there. Should be extra bases. Run comes in from second. It's 3-3. Springer returns it to the infield, and the go-ahead run stops at third base.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at-bat. Now a huge at-bat in this game coming up.
Isaac Paredes now. In the air, right field, pretty well struck. That's got a chance. Pulls it in on the warning track. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. We head to the second here at Tropicana Field. All tied up at 3 apiece. New inning getting started. Now it's the DH, Santiago Espinal.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
Ripped on a line. Can't get there, base hit.
He was all over that one. Off the bat, it was headed for the gap all the way. And as a hitter, you love seeing those as you take your first couple of steps out of the box. You know you've got some real estate to run on. It's such a good feeling. Nice liner into the gap right there.
No outs. Runner at first. Whit Merrifield up to the plate. Grounded to third. Could be two. Paredes fires over to first. And that is a big first out.
Batting ninth, the center fielder.
Here's Kiermaier now. Outfield playing pretty shallow. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful.
No ball, one strike.
And the 0-1. That one fouled off. Man at second. Base hit right field. Throw comes in quickly, holds that go-ahead run at third, and they're still one away.
Just a clutch at bat right there. Big time swing when this team really needed it. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock. And now they've got some speed on first. So we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
He caught it behind his back to first, but it pulls him off the bag.
Well, this has been a good, tight game so far, but now that error looms pretty large. I got to think that's going to weigh on him for a little while, unless somehow they can come back and win this thing.
One down. Bo Bichette gets a chance to hit. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
He's looking for a ground ball to get a double play and out of this jam.
Comes up empty on the swing. 0-2 now. Time to check on our umpires. Earl Hendricks calling balls and strikes.
Yeah, well-liked umpire, Boog. Pretty consistent with his zone, so if you're familiar with him and how he works, you won't get too surprised by anything. Sometimes he'll give a little bit off the corner, but nothing too crazy at all.
In the air, center field. Could be extra bases. Coming home. He will score, and they lead by 2.
He went up there and got it. With 2 strikes, I'm not going to leave this in the umpire's hands. I'm going to be aggressive. It was in a location where you could get those arms extended that he loves to do. So nice job right there, coming back in that at bat.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. And he swings and misses at the initial offering. Springer on third. Bichette over at second with 1 down. Next pitch is popped up. Franco under it and puts the squeeze on it. That's out number 2.
Oh, that's a frustrating into the at-bat for the hitter right there. I mean, that pitch was right down the middle. I think he got a little too excited, came out of his mechanics, and instead of driving that ball somewhere, he popped it up. Unfortunate for him. Oh, he's so good about trying to drive the ball to the opposite field gap in these situations. If he takes that approach, he could bust this game wide open.
The pitch. Puts it in the air out towards left center. Siri makes the catch, and that'll do it. But 2 runs for him, and they jump ahead. Now to the bottom of the second. It's the Blue Jays 5 and the Rays 3. Bottom half of inning number 2. And now the catcher for the Rays, Christian Bethancourt. This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller. Good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out. Fires over to Guerrero. 1 up, 1 down.
Well, we talk about how the ball is coming out of a pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder. Wow, really impressive.
Late swing fouled off. Singy Alec Manoah's turned into one of the better starters in the American League. Blue Jays drafted him out of West Virginia. He was the 11th overall pick in the 2019 draft.
Yeah, and just a year later, a big league all-star. So developed pretty quickly and a front-end rotation guy for the Toronto Blue Jays.
And he's at third with one away. That's a triple.
Well, that may end up being an at-bat we go back to later on when this game is over. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly. And you can feel this crowd waking up a bit here as the guys are starting to make some noise with their bats.
And that one fouled off. At the belt and fires. On the ground, right side. Down the line, and it's foul.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Ripped on the ground to second, and it finds its way through for a hit. He pulls into second. A run comes in on the play.
Well done, drives in the run. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that.
One out, runner at second. Wander Franco next to hit for the Rays. On the ground, right side. Tosses to first. Franco gone on the play.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
Now it's Randy Arozarena. Singled and scored his first time. This is what stat nerds like myself might call a high leverage situation.
Yeah, Boog. Not sure what the numbers say, but clearly an at bat that could change the course of this game dramatically.
The other way. Merrifield to first in time. They get the out on Arozarena. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. But a run will score in the inning on this RBI double. It's down to 1 at 5-4. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. On to the third inning. Now the left fielder, Dalton Varsho.
Well, he's back out here for the third, and after the first couple of innings, pretty rough. I think the skipper's looking for him to give him a little bit of length, see if he can save the bullpen some.
Out to center. Siri makes the grab. One pitch and one out.
Up next to the Blue Jays, the third baseman.
Now Matt Chapman at the plate. Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their heads. This to center field. Siri in position. Puts it away for the out.
The bat, number 5, designated hitter.
2 outs, base is empty. Santiago Espinal next up for the Blue Jays, and he's already singled in this game. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Racing, makes the catch. And that is the third out of the inning. Nothing doing for the Blue Jays as they hold on to a 5-4 lead. As we go to the last of the third. Here's the second baseman, Brandon Lowe. And there's no doubt that they'll feed off the energy from this crowd, right?
I mean, yeah, I'd say the intensity level has gone up a few notches for sure.
The other way, and he beats the shift. Makes the turn. He's digging for second. And now the tying run is into scoring position.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Loud contact, leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick. A chance now to even the score and maybe extend this game.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Harold Ramirez at the dish. And first offering is fouled off. The pitch. In the air out towards right center. And it one-hops the wall. Throw comes back in. The tying run stops at third with nobody out.
Well, that's a good hold by the third base coach. You don't want to run yourself out of the ball game. Less than 2 outs. You still got another couple of opportunities to get that tying run in.
Manuel Margot up to the plate. It was a triple and an RBI at his first at bat. To the right side, sizzling on its way to the outfield. In to score is the runner from third. It's 5-5.
Such great concentration. Everybody on their feet, knowing that you can come through with a good swing. And there he doesn't try to do too much.
Here's the third baseman, Isaac Paredes. And that one handled in plenty of time to first. One gone, bottom of the third inning.
Up next for Tampa Bay, the catcher.
So two in scoring position with one out. Christian Bethancourt next to hit for the Rays. In the air, right side. In there, that'll do it. Now it rolls down into the corner. Across is the winning run, and the Rays get a walk-off win, 6-5.
Well, you come to the ballpark hoping you'll see something special that day, whether you're a player or a fan. A walk-off win, nobody forgets that. A memorable moment that'll be logged in the backs of the minds of everybody that witnessed this here today.
6-5 the final here today. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long from Tampa Bay.
Final line score for this afternoon's ball game. For the victorious Rays, 6 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. They left 2 men on base.